Reasonable Doubt doesn't sell shit. Why you think I gave it away?
Dame Dash talking crazy about Jay-Z is one of those things where at first I laugh because Dame is Dame. He is going to say something disrespectful. He is going to say it with full confidence. And somehow, even while insulting somebody, he still makes it sound like he is teaching a business class behind a bodega. But this latest clip where he's saying nobody cares about Jay-Z as a rapper, nobody cares about Reasonable Doubt, no young kid is listening to those raps, I don't know, man. At first I was like, damn, Dame is back at it. Then I thought about it for more than 5 seconds and it started feeling kinda uncomfortable. Because this is not some random hater talking about Jay-Z. This is Dame Dash. This is the guy who helped build Roc-A-Fella. This is the guy who was standing right there when the mythology was being created. So when he trashes Reasonable Doubt, it doesn't just sound like music criticism. It sounds like a man arguing with his own past. For anyone younger watching this, Dame Dash was not just some dude standing next to Jay-Z. Dame was a real part of the machine. The confidence, the arrogance, the independent mindset, the whole we don't need them, they need us energy. Dame embodied that. And honestly, a lot of what he said aged well. Ownership matters. Being independent matters. Not letting executives rob you blind matters. There are a lot of artists right now who could have avoided getting turned into industry lunch meat if they listened to some of what Dame was saying. So I don't want to do that corny internet thing where we act like because somebody is down now, everything they ever said was stupid. That's not true. Dame was right about a lot. But being right about ownership does not mean you are right about everything. And it definitely does not mean your ego can't destroy the thing you were trying to build. That's where this gets interesting. Because Jay-Z and Dame both came from the same empire. But years later, one guy is doing anniversary shows at Yankee Stadium. The other guy is still getting asked about him in interviews, still trying to explain the breakup, still trying to prove he mattered. And I get it. Because if I helped build something legendary and the world only remembered the other guy, that would cook my soul too. I'm not gonna lie. The ugly truth is Dame might not be completely wrong when he says a lot of young people are not walking around listening to Reasonable Doubt every day. That's not an insane take. Most 19-year-olds are not waking up like, yo, throw on that 1996 Jay-Z. They're listening to Yeet, Cardi, Drake, Travis, whatever algorithmic demon is currently rattling their brain. So if Dame's point was just, Jay-Z is not the center of youth culture anymore, okay, fine. But that's not why people reacted the way they reacted. People reacted because it sounds personal. It sounds like every time Jay-Z gets celebrated, Dame feels erased. And that is a dangerous place to be as a man. When somebody else's success starts feeling like your humiliation, you are cooked. Because now you're not even building anymore. You're just reacting. Every headline about Jay becomes a reminder. Every anniversary becomes a wound. Every interview becomes another chance to say, actually, I was there too. And bro, that is a terrible way to live. I think a lot of guys do this on a smaller level. Maybe it's not Jay-Z. Maybe it's an old friend who passed you. Maybe it's a dude you used to be better than who now has the girl, the money, the house, the peace. And instead of looking at yourself honestly, you start attacking his wins. He got lucky. He changed. He's not even like that. People don't really care about him. Maybe some of that is true, but even if it is true, why are you still talking about it? That's the part that exposes you. This is why the whole boss identity can get dangerous. Because being a boss sounds amazing when you are winning. You're independent. You call the shots. Nobody can tell you anything. But if your whole identity is being the boss, what happens when the money slows down? What happens when the empire falls apart? What happens when the people you used to lead don't need you anymore? That's when you find out if you were really free, or if you were just addicted to being seen as powerful. And that is where Dame becomes more than celebrity drama. He becomes a warning. Because there is nothing wrong with wanting respect. Every man wants respect. I don't care how spiritual you think you are. You want to feel like your work mattered. But if you need the world to constantly acknowledge what you did 20 or 30 years ago, you are not free. You are trapped in your own highlight reel. And the brutal part is, Jay does not really have to respond. That is what makes the whole thing feel so lopsided. But the problem is, Dame clearly still cares. And maybe that's the whole point.
Reasonable Doubt doesn't sell shit. Why you think I gave it away? Nobody made no money off that shit. Barely went gold. Nobody gives a fuck about Reasonable Doubt other than people that were there.
Drop your comments. I want to hear what y'all think. And sub to the Rat Family. Catch y'all on the next one. Gone.